Good morning, back in my workshop today, and today I'm going to be removing the airbox and then removing the spark plugs to see what them spark plugs are like, see what condition they're in, and we're going to go from there basically, because if they're okay, then I'm actually going to put the bike back together and hope that it was with the bike running lumpy, hope that it was the problem with the blocked fuel tap. So, but I won't know. I'm going to have a look at them spark plugs, see if anything needs doing there before getting back into it. So I'm going to start today with the airbox. Hopefully you've been following my little series. I'm a bit of a have-a-go hero, and I do like a project. I also like fixing things. I do break a lot of things, but I do like fixing things as well. Here we go. Here's the nice, crouch down so you can actually see me. Here's the nice little airbox. I can't say it's a nice little airbox because it's a massive, huge airbox. Okay, two breather pipes, one of which I've already discovered earlier on was really loose. The other one is still quite attached, but this breather pipe is really loose. All we need to do to remove the airbox is there's 4 screws. So I'm going to show you where those are. I'll throw that on the floor. Right, there is, don't know if you can see this, I might have to mark this up. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to remove. I did do that earlier, so I'm going to be able to just take this off to show you, because I wanted to have a look and see if there was any dirt in the carbs. Also, there's just one fuel pipe or breather pipe. Is it the fuel pipe or breather pipe? There's one hose to remove. Also, there's also a hose to remove as well. So it's 4 screws, the breather pipes, and this airbox is off. So literally 4 screws, and then it just lifts off. So that's nice and easy. We can take a look at the carbs now. So I'm going to take you in for a close-up. Okay, these are the carbs. This is the fuel hose. Carb 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see them. Close-up of the carbs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's where the fuel hose goes back on. The prime fuel hose goes back on there, or the vacuum hose goes back on there. Anyway, the hoses go back on. These do move, so be aware that they move. This one I've not attached yet. This is the new pipe, but be aware that they do move, so that's going to make that easier to install that pipe. But for now, I don't need to. The new one's ready. That's going to go back on the workbench. What we're going to try and do today is to take these bolts out. Just 4 bolts. I did find out the size of them the other day when I had a quick look. And I'm going to try and get to the spark plugs, see what they're like. And then hopefully if we can get to the spark plugs, we can have a proper look at what's going on in there. Okay, so we are socket size 12 on these bolts. This is the bar that needs to come off. We are socket size 12 mil. Let's see if we can get that bar off and have a look at the spark plugs. I went out yesterday, did a motorcycle gymkhana. I can't say that I did that great, but I did do it. That was a lot of fun. But then riding with Bonneville yesterday, I thought, oh, I really need to get that bike on the road for a little bit of speed. I absolutely love my Triumph Bonneville. She's a 2002. I had for a number of years now. And she's just a great, reliable bike. You know, you fire her up and she's going. Now that's obviously been off before, because that's quite loose, that bolt. But I was like, I promised myself the other day that I would work on my bike and I didn't get round to it because I always get distracted by something else. There's been a lot of decorating going on, and I keep getting distracted. I've done some audio repairs in the last week. Need to get on with my bike. The sun, I can't say that the sun's out yet in Spain because it's not, but it will be very soon. Remembering to put those bolts into, Debbie must not lose these parts box. Right, let's see if we can get in there. Does it just lift? Oh, it just lifts off. That's good. I'll just lift that off. Okay, I'm going to put those bolts with the part. Hopefully that's going to be going back on later. Put them in there, so I know where they are. I'm so terrible at taking things apart and not remembering where I put the parts. Okay, so that's that off. And then I'm guessing, let's take the, no, here we are. Here we are. See if they just pull off some rubber caps there. I haven't looked up this bit, so we shall see. Oh, they're labelled up as well, so one, that one's not labelled. Or I think I'm going to label what way round they are. This one has got a label on it, one. None of these others are labelled up, but I have got some labels, and I am going to do it. I am going to do that. Just locating the labels. Oh, there they are. I really, really wouldn't want to mess this up, so I do think it's a good idea. I mean, it was running, so it should be the right way round, but I wouldn't want to get it wrong, so good idea to have some labels handy. This one is marked as one, so at least this way I know that I've done the marking. One. Two. Can you imagine how horrendous? You took them all off and you just didn't know what one was what? Two. So I strongly suggest marking these up. Not something you want to get muddled up. Three. Oh, this is not a great pen on these labels, oh well. 3. 4. Will I need new plugs? I think he said it had new plugs, I'm not sure. But let's go in and have a look. Not sure. Oh, do they just pull off? Does the cover just pull off? I'll show you how to remove the spark plug on my GSX. Literally pull the cap in case it come off nice and easily. I've got a spark plug tool. Pop that in there. They are quite a long way down. Untwist. Remembering righty tighty, lefty loosey. Now, because it's such a long way down, it's really hard to reach them. I have got a pair of tweezers, and just normal size set tweezers. You can actually get in there. Well, I can, but small hands. Get in there and lift Just grab the end of that plug to lift it out. It's a little bit tricky, but if it does it for the day, I don't think it's fully out yet. Okay. I've got it loose, in with the tweezers. Getting in with the tweezers. Now, a word of warning, just grab the end. Just grab the end of the spark plug and lift it out. It's a little bit tricky. I have a huge word of warning for you though. Huge word of warning. If these are not your tweezers and they belong to your girlfriend or your wife, don't let her know that you've used them on your motorbike. There will be hell to pay. It's really handy to have a set of these actually just in your toolbox. So plugs out. I'm going to show you all four of the plugs. So yeah, word to the wise, do not let your partner know that you've been down the makeup bag, grabbed the tweezers and used them on your motorbike. Right, let's have a look at the spark plugs. I've labelled them up. You can see one's a bit rough, quite a lot of carbon on one. They are all the same brand, all the same type. And they are the right ones for the bike. Number 2, don't know if you can see, probably see from there, is a little bit oily. We've got a little bit of a brown marking at the top there, so it looks like it's got quite heated at some time. Not looking too bad. And not looking too bad. Number 3 and 4, not looking too bad. But I'm going to clean them all up and I'm going to pop them back in. And maybe it had these problems when it was running rough, and I don't know where it's going to run right now that I've sorted the fuel tap problems. So I'm going to clean them up with some WD-40 and a wire brush, and I'm going to be popping them back in there today. So we've got the wire brush and a small one, bit of WD-40, and we're going to give these a bit of a clean. A bit of squirt, and then gently, not too rigorously, you should get the muck off. I've seen worse. Bit of a wipe down. Same for the other 3 plugs. this one back in. Obviously popping it back in is the same as removing it. And you make sure when we pop it back in, I'm going to use tweezers rather than dropping the plug into it, just so we don't fracture any of it. Let's turn the camera around. Okay, you can probably just pop it down there without using the tweezers. I don't think it's got far to go, but you might want to lower it down. What did I do with the spark plug spanner? So this spark plug spanner. Alright, this time we're tightening up, but not over tightening, and definitely do not cross thread spark plug. Not going to do it too tight. Then it's put the lead back on, press down, make sure it's secured, and you hear it go on. Okay, because you don't want anything getting in there. Okay, that's kicked on properly now. I'm going to do the other three. This lead appears to be alright, this HT lead. The HT leads don't seem to be in too bad a condition, so there you are. HT leads don't seem to be in too bad a condition, so I'm going to leave them on there for now. Purely because I haven't got any at the moment, so we'll see how she runs first, and if she's still a bit lumpy, then I'm going to go for some new leads. Let's put her back together and see how we go.